This is TWiT.
Flo, we had to start you off with the top news because I from what I understand, you have thoughts on this top story.
Well, I wrote you and I was like, please let me rant about this today. This is terrible. The first thing that happens to me when I come back to All About Android is one of my absolute favorite apps that not only I rely on, but my family relies on. You come after me, you come after my family, you come after me. And this is what's happening right now.
Yeah.
And you all know I'm all about family right now, like really intensely.
She's a new woman right here.
I wonder why.
Yeah. Apple has acquired Dark Sky. And I found out on Twitter this morning from Kevin Toffel's Twitter account. And I was so upset I had to wake my husband up because he stays up last night with the baby, and I had to wake him up and complain about this because it was just awful.
Well, why is Apple acquiring Dark Sky a bad thing?
I mean, it's not a bad thing for Dark Sky. It's a bad thing for me.
How come?
Because the Android and Wear OS apps will stop working July 1st, which will be here before you know it.
Victor, cue sad trombone.
Yeah, sad trombone. And then by then, I mean...
Yeah, that works.
Thank
Sad
you.
trumpet also works, yeah.
That was a trumpet?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Higher than a trombone.
So...
It's a new show, Flo, that you come back to, by the way.
Things have changed a lot since you've been gone.
The remote version of this show is mayhem, so get used to it.
Yeah, and
okay.
I have a new goal of pressing every single one
in.
of these buttons, so by the end of the show.
Great.
I was like trying to be super professional, but I'm also like, I have to get back into it because I've kind of lost my ability to talk without just saying mommy and daddy every other word. So, you know,
okay.
Goo Goo Gaga, back to... So those who paid for an active subscription, which I've been a subscriber for a couple of years of Dark Sky, it was like $3 a year. They will receive a refund, which in these hard times, I'm looking forward to getting that $3 back. Because let me tell you, I want to buy some avocados with it. Third-party apps that rely on the Dark Sky API. So we're talking about apps like Carrot, which I have brought to the Android App Arena in the past. They have until the end of 2021 before it's shut off. So if you really want to hold on to the Dark Sky API until then, you can. I am not going to be doing that. I'm already I need to work on breaking up with Dark Sky. I need to find a new widget. I need to find a new weather service. I will tell you, based on my anecdotal experience, that the weather apps that are unlocked by the Play Pass are not a replacement for what Dark Sky offered me. I don't know if it's like the simplicity of the Dark Sky UI, the straightforwardness of the Dark Sky notifications, or just the modern look of the widget. But I'm like really bummed by this news because it just reminds me of sometimes why it's a bummer to be an Android user, just for the simple fact that your favorite app gets bought up and then it's gone.
Hang on, Flo. As much as I love Flo coming in hot and ranting and basically equating a Apple acquisition to an attack on your family, this is not indicative of being an Android user. All right, yes, because when Dropbox bought Inbox and what was it called? Inbox. What was it called? Was it called Inbox? No, what was that app called?
No.
That great mail app that everybody loved, and then Dropbox killed it.
Yes.
Oh,
I forgot, but yes.
Right, you know the one I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't Inbox. At least I don't think it was.
No, Google killed Inbox.
Google Mailbox. That's what it was called. So it was just called Mailbox.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
When they killed it, that it was an equal opportunity killing. It happened on all platforms, right? This is just, if Google had bought Dark Sky, they probably wouldn't have killed the iOS app, but there's a chance that the iOS app could have been killed. Yes, this sucks, but this is an acquisition woe. I don't think this is an Android woe, although it does suck for you and it sucks for all the users on the Android side.
Yes. I mean, I'm looking for any personal
support,
personal thing to take on right now, like just anything. So I'm going to just take this on for a little bit. But I do agree with you. It is an acquisition woe. What's probably going to happen is going to get rolled into the the native iOS weather. I don't know. Is iOS still using Yahoo as its plugin?
Oh, wow.
Like back in the day? Because I remember that you would kind of swipe over on iOS and it would give you the Yahoo weather results.
It's the Weather Channel.
Oh, it's the Weather Channel now.
It's provided by the Weather Channel.
Maybe it's going to be folded in. I think that'll be great for Apple users to have that API to kind of, jump into. Somebody posted a link earlier there was a news, I think somebody tweeted me and I forgot to get the link before the show. Sorry. But somebody had tweeted at me that Google has been working on its own sort of like weather station ability. I think it has something to do with like aggregating the weather to kind of figure out like what's going to happen, using AI. So I have a feeling that Google has its own little weather punch that it's going to come through with in the future. Maybe it was something that was going to be announced at Google I/O, but now we'll never know.
We'll never, ever know. Wade County pointed out in the chat room that Apple bought Shazam, and that's still great. Available on Android. Yeah, it's got to be something about like this weather being baked into iOS. That makes a whole lot of sense as far as why.
Lock up the property, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And
it's messages.
I wonder.
It's what is it? But suddenly I'm blanking on the thing that everybody wants on the iOS ecosystem. Their
iMessage.
iMessage. It's iMessage and Dark Sky. Both lock-ins for users.
Now that said, I understand Flo's appreciation for this app, but I do not think a weather app is worth this much consternation over unless and admittedly I am not a Dark Sky user, so maybe I'm missing the boat on something.
I have not had
here.
a lot of excitement except for a baby crying to have her diaper changed and to be fed.
It's fair.
So I'm looking for anything to kind of hold on to right now, but it's true that I'll probably be over this in a day.
So here's the better question, Flo. What weather app will you move to?
Mm-hmm.
I need to try out to see. By the way, I was trying to see if I could find the link that the person sent me, but I can't seem to find it right now to the Google thing that was being alluded to. I don't know yet. I'm testing actually a couple weather apps on a phone that I'm testing that I get through the Play Pass. Because again, I'm trying to use the Play Pass, trying to figure out if I can make complete use of the subscription that I'm paying for there. So that's where I'm going to start. And if I find something worthy, I'll let you know. Maybe I'll bring it to the arena.
I've got an idea for a weather app.
I got one.
Oh yeah. What's yours, Ant?
It's called WT Forecast, as in WTF.
Nice. I know
Is there
that
cursing involved?
Well, sometimes, but right now when I check the weather for Petaluma, it says it's a great day for naps, followed by naps.
Okay.
because it's 61 degrees outside and it's pretty bland and not a lot of activity today. So it gives you little interesting quips like that every time you check the forecast. Sometimes it's NSFW. It's pretty funny, but it's just another way to look at weather and weather and not give you a high, low, and precipitation.
Yeah. Well, Jason, what's your
forecast?
Jason, what's your weather app recommendation?
I was just gonna say, if you've got a Pixel, you go to the home screen and there's like a little weather thing up there, and you tap it, and then you've just got like weather there.
You stole my joke. I was literally going to say I have a little sunshine icon that just and it gives me a little frog who dances in the fog or the rain or whatever. And the Google Weather app is fine to me. I've never, yeah.
It even has 10-day forecast. That's even in here. See, 10 whole days.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
By the way, speaking of weather and Google and 10-day forecasts, and I might have mentioned this on the show before, and I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but if you're ever bored, ask your Google Home or your Google Assistant on voice to give you the 10-day forecast, because it is the most convoluted mishmash minute and a half of your life you'll ever listen to, because for whatever reason, the way they explain it is they go, well, today through Tuesday, weather will be in the 60s, but then Wednesday through Friday will be, and it's like trying to do it in a narrative style, and it does not work. And it's hysterical. So,
but you got to give that AI a little bit of a nod for trying, though, because it's not totally robotic, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
true.
But still, it's just very funny at how it's trying to find strings of common weather, and it just reaches sometimes, and it just goes on and on and on, because 10 days is a very long time.
It becomes very confusing, way more confusing than just saying, and Saturday it'll be this, and Sunday it'll be this.
Yep.
Just FYI, I managed to find what I was alluding to. So Google posted a blog post back, and I dropped the link in the chat, Victor. Google posted a blog post back in January about the Nowcast, which could use machine learning to basically figure out the weather in high resolution.
Oh,
radars.
really?
So, with the help of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, known to some of us.
And we'll never know if Google had anything up its sleeve for Google.
No,
I/O.
because they have nowhere to announce it. I mean, there's no way that they can announce it online.
No, there's no possible way they could do like a blog post or announce it that way. Definitely not.
The only way they were going to do it is if it was on stage at the shoreline. There's nothing else happening this year.
If you can't get the photo op, then what's the point?
Exactly.
Totally. Yeah. Technology in a nutshell.
You can't invite Getty Images to take images for the image library.